Hi everyone, my name is Akorede Adenike. You are welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time of you checking on my channel, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos. Today I'm making Princess Dart Bustier Blouse, which is fitted. This is the Ankara that I'm using, Ankara fabric that I'm using. Here's my matching lining I'm going to use. Here is my cloth stay that I'm going to use for the fabric. This is the soft stay. It's also called BFF stay that I'm going to use for the lining. And this is my breast pad, the wording that I'm going to use for the area bust to make it stand very well. So, to determine the amount of fabric I'm cutting for my blouse, I'm going to use the measurement. The measurement I'm working with are back 15, bust 38, under bust 32, my waist 34, blouse length 23, armhole 18, my hip is 40. So here is it now. Now to determine the amount of fabric I'm cutting out for this top, I'm going to use the biggest part of my body, which is hip. My hip is 40, divided by 4 is 10, plus 3 inches for that will make it 13, and 1.5 for seam allowance, that will make it 15.5. I've already cut it out. Here's it. Here's the 15.5, and the length of the top is 23. Here's where the 23 is. 23 inches. Hope you can see what I'm marking very well. So the remaining inches will be for the seam allowance. So the remaining inches is 2.5 for seam allowance, because I'm going to use the lining to turn it up at the bottom. So 2.5 plus 8, that'll make it 25.5. So I'm marking ½ inch here. That will stand as my starting point. ½ inch. That will be my shoulder line. And I'll mark it out. Make a straight line. That's my shoulder line. So my fabric is folded into two. Here is it. This is for the front and this is for the back. It's folded into two as well. So on the back side, I marked 1.5 for my zipper allowance. 1.5 for my zipper allowance. .5 for my zipper allowance, and I'll draw it out to form a straight line. That's it. So I'll now take my front, I'll place it on it like this, on the line like this. There is it. I'll now pin it down. Always pin your fabric down to avoid it from shaking, so that your measurement will be accurate. So that's just it. Now from my shoulder line, because this line indicates my shoulder line, from my shoulder line I'm going to mark, because from my shoulder to my breast point is 10 inches. I'm going to mark 10 inches plus ½ inch. I'll make it 10.5. 10.5, 10.5. Make sure all your markings, let it show at the back part 2. 10.5. Remember I told you this is the back. As you can see, here is it. The breast point for the back is 10.52. So from my shoulder to my underbust is 13.5 plus half inch seam allowance. That half inch, I'm going to use it to join the shoulder together by sewing. So 14 inches. I'm going to mark straight line on the back to let it reflect, because I'm going to use it later. This is another way around, because I have already have a video on how to draft this particular top, but this is another way around if you don't understand that one. But I'm going to put the link on how to draft it in the box below. You can use this method, you can use that method of drafting too. So I'm going to put the link in the box below. So from my shoulder now to my waist is 17 plus half inch seam allowance. I'll make it 7.5. Draw a straight line. But I will hope this method will be easier for you if you follow it very well. So from my shoulder now to my full length of the blouse, the full length of the blouse is 23. That will indicate my hip line to 23. There is it. 23. So I don't really need the hip line, because while I'm marking, you will understand what I mean very well. So here is my shoulder line, my bust point line, my underbust, my waist line, and my hip line. So let me write it on it so that for you to understand very well. My breast point, my underbust, my waist, and my hip. So now on my breast point, let me first of all mark my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5 plus half inch seam allowance. That gives me 4 inches. So I'm going to mark 4 inches from this center, from the front center, not the back. From the front center, I'm going to mark 4 inches like this. 4 inches. 4 inches up here, and 4 inches at the bottom of the top. 4 inches. So I'm going to connect all the points. Connect all the points. That's just it. So on the underbust line, I'm going to measure 1.5 on this side, because my bust is 38. If your bust is 40 upward, you can use 2 inches or 2.5 inches on the underbust. On this side, I'm going to mark half inch. Waist, on the waistline, I'm not going to mark anything. Remember, I told you I'm using another method for it. I have the draft on the first method. I'm going to put the link in the box below so that for you to understand what I'm making very well. But this method, I hope you will understand it very well. On the underbust, I'm going to mark 1.5, then this side ½ inch. On the waistline, I'm going to leave it like that. I will now move to my E-plan. Here now, I'm going to mark ½ inch at the bottom of the top. So I will now, on the shoulder line here, on this side, I'm going to mark 3 inches. Here now, 3 inches. On this side, whatever inches your nipple to nipple is, just make sure you deduct 1.5 from it. So from here now, I'll measure 1.5 on this side, 3 inches on this side from this center line. So I'll now connect all the points like this. Connect like this. So from the bust point here, I'll come down by 1 inch. So I'll now connect. Make sure while connecting, don't let it sharp, please. You can curve it like this. Curve it like this. So here too, you have to curve it a little bit like this. Curve it a little bit like this. We will now connect from here now. We'll now connect down to the bottom of the top. Here too, you connect, just connect like this. Connect till the bottom of the top like this. Now let's move to the back and mark the dart out. Here it is. I've already marked it out. This line is my nipple to nipple measurement, and I've extended all the lines. This is my waistline, my underbust line, and my breastbone line. So let me first of all cut the front out. Cut it like this. And cut here too, like this. I've finished cutting the front. I've removed the pin. This is the back. I'm going to come to the waistline. I'll fold it like this on that nipple to nipple measurement line. I'm going to come on the waist and cut it and measure ½ inch. Then I will connect it like this. From up here, I will just let it, I'll connect it slantly like this. Connect it slantly like this. Connect it slantly like this. So these two, connect it downward slantly like this. I'll now cut it out. Cut it out. Make sure you get your measurements right before cutting, please. Cut it like this. So that's just it for the back. Now I'll now go and join it from the bottom here with ½ inch like this before shipping out my armhole. I'll do the same thing on the front side. I'll place it like this, like this. I'll now go and sew it. I'll sew it with ½ inch from down till up like this. Start all the sewing from the bottom, please, to make it accurate. I'll sew it with 1/2 inch before shaping out my armhole and the side. So that's just it. And I finished. Now I finished sew it from the bottom to the up to the shoulder here, from the bottom of the top to the shoulder. Here is it. This is the front and this is the back, from the bottom to the shoulder. So I'll now place it on each other to shape it very well, to shape the neck out, the armhole and the side. So this is my zipper allowance. I'm going to place it on it like this. Going to place it on it like this. Just make sure you place it on it like this. I'm going to pin it down. Pin it down like this. Down like this. So when you get here, just make sure these nipple to nipple where you join it together, just make sure the front is placed on the back like this, because this place will not be accurate. You just place it on each other like this. So to get my bust now, I fold some clothes to get this ball for the bust. I'm going to put it inside where the bust will be. Going to put it inside like this. So going to pin it down. Pin it down here. So I'll now measure from my shoulder. Here is my shoulder. Let me trim it for it to be accurate. I'm going to trim it. Trim it. Now I will now shape my top out very well. This is my bust point, my waistline, my under bust line, my waistline, and the bottom of the top. So on my shoulder here, I'm going to place my neck width. My neck width is 3.5. Always begin your measurement on this line. You know, this place is not accurate with this, but if you want to measure your neck width, start your measurement, your neck width from this line. So from this line now, I'm going to measure 3.5 inches for my neck width. And for my shoulder is 15 inches divided by 2 is 7.5 plus ½ inch seam allowance. That'll give me 8 inches. Here is the neck width from this line to this place is neck width. From this line to this place is my shoulder. So my neck depth for front, from the shoulder line, my neck depth for front is 5 inches. So for the back is 1.5. So I'll now connect it with my free hand. If you have your curve roller, you can use it, but for those who don't have their curve roller, that's why I'm using my free hand for them to understand. So this is my back neck and this is my front neck. If you like, you can give your neck a shape, maybe a V-neck or four corner neck, but I'm using round neck for my top. Now from my shoulder here now, I'm going to measure my armhole. You know, I told you my armhole is 18 inches. Divided by 2 is 9 inches. Plus half inch seam allowance, because I'm going to use half inch to join my shoulder together. So from here now, always measure from this line. Do not mind this place. So from this line now, where my zipper will be, I'm going to measure, indicate that 8 inches. 8 inches for my sleeve, for my round armhole. Going to connect it. So here too, from here now, I'm going to measure that 8 inches. That 8 inches on my chest line. So to get my armhole. So here I'm going to come down by half inch for my shoulder slope. Going to connect it. So from that now, I'm going to find the remaining one is 9 inches from here to my chest line. This is my chest line. Half of that 9 inches is 4.5. Here is it for my front armhole. So I'm going to come in here. So from here now, I'm going to come in by 0.75. So for my front armhole, I'm going to connect it like this, slantly from the shoulder like this. And I'm going to use my curve ruler, armhole curve, to curve it. If you don't have your armhole curve, you can use your free hand. For the back armhole, I will just curve it like this. For back armhole, I'll just curve it like this. So that's it for the armhole. Then the sides measurement, the side shape. On my under bust here, my bust is 38, divided by 4 is 9.5. Plus 2 inches, plus half inch is on my chest line. 38 divided by 4, that'll give me 9.5, plus half inch is 10 inches, plus 2 inches seam allowance, that'll give me 12 inches. Here's the 12 inches. So on my waistline, my waist is 34, divided by 4 is 8.5, plus half inch is 9 inches, plus 2 inches seam allowance, 11 inches. Here is it. On my hip here, my hip is 40. From my hip is 40, divided by 4 is 10 inches, plus half inch is 10.5, plus 2 inches seam allowance, that'll give me 12.5. So on the bottom here, I'm going to come up here by 2 inches, because I want it to be a little curve here. So if you have a curve roller, you can use it, but I'm using my free hand. Curve it like this. So then I'll now connect these. That's just it. And I'll now cut it out. I'm going to cut the back part out first. So the back armhole first. My shoulder slope. Back neck first. So lest I forget, on the waist here for the back, I'm going to remove this, I'm going to separate it. So on the waist here, so I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch. Where is it? I'll now connect it slantly like this, from here down to this place, and from here down to this place slantly. Here is it. And from here now slantly to the bottom of the top. So I'll now connect it. I will now cut it. Sorry. So let me finish cutting the front. Here is my front. The armhole for the front. And the neck width for the front. Please always cut the right place and make sure you get your measurements right. There is it. So I'll now lose it to separate it. Lose it like this. If you cannot do as I'm doing, you can use your blade to lose it, please. So here is my center front. Here is my center front. Here is the right side and here is the wrong side. Here is my 2 sides for the front. Where is it? My 2 sides for the front. As you can see, it's very nice and beautiful. I hope you will understand this method very well. If you cannot understand this method, I'll put the method I've already made the video on. I'll put the link in the box below. Here is it. That's just it for front. Here's the back. I'm going to lose it. If you can't do it this way, you can use your blade. The reason why I can lose it easily like that is that I used gather stitch to stitch it. So here is my center back. Here is my center back, and here is my 2 sides for the back. So make sure you mark on the wrong side for you not to make a mistake while cutting. And here is my zipper allowance. Let me roll that line on the other side of the back of the center back so that I won't make a mistake while sewing. Here is my zipper allowance, and it also indicates my wrong side. Here's my right side for these 2 sides. So I'll now go and use this to cut the lining, the interfacing. So I'll come and show you when I finish cutting. I'll finish cutting the interfacing and the lining. This is the interfacing. Interfacing, I cut it exactly as the fabric, and I'm going to use the gum side. I'm going to place it on the wrong side of the fabric. I'll iron it. So as for the lining is shorter by 1 inch than the fabric, so I'm going to use BFF for the lining. So I'm going to avoid mistake, separate your lining first like this. If you want to use the interfacing for it, separate it, let it face each other like this. You know, this is the center part of it. So you now take the interfacing, which is BFF, stay the gum side, place it on this one like this, iron it, then the other side, the gum side, place it on it like this and iron it. But note, if you want to iron the lining and the BFF together, just make sure you iron the lining side. Don't iron this side because this stay is very soft. If I finish ironing, I'll come and show you. Now I'll finish ironing it. Here is the front, here is the back side, back part of the top. Here is the fabric with the interfacing. Look how neat and beautiful it is. Here is the center back, two center back and two sides. Here is it. Here's the back side of it. Here is it. Look how neat and beautiful it is. It's for the back. And here is the lining for the back. There is it with the BFF stay. There is it, two sides and two center back. So there is the front side of it. There is the lining, and here is the fabric with the interfacing. This is the center front on the two sides. Center front on the two sides. So here's the lining for it. This is where I'm stopping for today. The sewing part will be in this next video. Guys, if you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel. Till I meet you in my next video, stay blessed. Bye bye for now.